Well, welcome back to the Unstoppable 5% podcast. What if the thing that saved you became the thing that built you? So today's guest built and sold a tech company in London. Then she moved to Dubai, picked up a golf club for the very first time, and asked a question that most beginners never really think about. How do I get better? But how do I even know if I'm getting better? And so that gap right there became a company, which I'm extremely excited and still practicing how to say it, as you've just learnt. And that question became Golffily. So you're a founder for the second time, building a sport that has spent decades telling people that they don't necessarily belong, which is quite interesting. And you've done it from inside the game now, as a beginner, with all the uncertainty that comes to starting something new. Keila Doyle, welcome to the Unstoppable 5% podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here.
So you had a successful exit from a tech company in London, or a tech business of sorts.
Yes,
is that yours?
Yes, that was mine.
Tell me a little bit about
first
that.
business. It was an app as well. It was services. Ended up growing to 2 countries, 4 different cities. Yes, it was crazy. But when you know in your heart that it's time to leave. And I knew when I moved to Dubai, it was time to try something new. And then that's when I decided to exit. Yeah.
Okay, so that's something that people don't generally talk about, is exiting a company, especially one that you've built yourself.
Yeah.
I do talk a little bit about that often because I've done it myself as well. But tell me, what actually happens after you exit something that you've spent so much time investing in?
Yes, it was tough making that decision, because I think the problem with a lot of entrepreneurs, sometimes we see our company as our identity. So it took a while for me to realize that my company is not my identity, and I will still be me if I leave. I had the opportunity to either bring the company here to Dubai or leaving it behind. And I was just over with, because it became so big. I was stressed all the time. And then I wasn't recognizing myself. I'm a happy person, so I don't like being stressed all the time. And I knew that if I brought it here, it would be crazy all over again. So I decided my company is not my identity. It's time. I knew in my heart, to know in your heart, right, when something's over with. It took me 6 months to make the decision, but when I made the decision, I was like, yes, let me take a break and let me leave.
Tell me a little bit about this identity shift then. So what did it force you to become, or what did you become running, as you say, successful tech app that you built? Stressful all the time, so overwhelmed. You do lose yourself, I know, but what did that look like for you?
I would not sleep well. I wasn't seeing my friends. I didn't have any friends, to be honest. I was all overworked. I was always worrying. If my phone had a notification, I'd be like, oh my gosh, what is it now? You're always on edge. And was affecting my mental health. And I was able to identify that's not normal. It's not normal to be like that. And then if your work is contributing for you not feeling like yourself, it's time to move on.
What's the feeling that you're feeling in those sorts of moments?
Anxiety, a lot of anxiety, because at the end of the day, it was making me money. And was a great business where I didn't need to be physically there. That's why I love apps. You don't need to be physically there to make money. You can be at the beach, and I was making money. But at the same time, to make that money, it was taking my soul. So I had to ask myself, how much is it worth? Is to have all that, but you don't have yourself. And I put myself first, and I had to leave.
Okay, what did you need to do to come back?
I had to take a sabbatical. I feel, and it's okay sometimes. I'm the kind of person, I feel like, what do I do when I'm resting? And I realized it's okay not to do anything, and just take a time to take care of myself, take care of my mental health, and try new things. That's when I started trying golf. And I realized if I take care of myself, something will come up. I'm an entrepreneur. I will find something. I've always been since high school. So I just had to be in peace with doing nothing.
I'm actually seeing a theme here. I do bring a lot of the Unstoppable 5% people on here like yourself. And one of the things I often ask is, often a lot of them have hit a point where they've had to go take a sabbatical of sorts, like yourself, like you say. Yes. And it's about finding who you are. And that'll look a little bit different for everyone, sure, that's fine. But in that space of finding who you are, most entrepreneurs, that's their next, I guess, job or business or whatever. They go finding themselves, they get into fitness suddenly, next thing. they're running a fitness organization
Yes.
or empire or something like that. So for you, what did you throw yourself into? I'm guessing it's golf.
Yeah.
Over in London.
Yeah. No, I started playing golf here in Dubai, actually, because when I moved here, I was torn between a few months to between bringing my business from London to here, or actually exiting and starting something new. But I didn't know I was going to start something new. I just took some time off, started playing golf. And as I was learning golf, it's very expensive. The lessons are not cheap. And I had no way to track, because for those who are not familiar with golf, they still use paper scorecards at the end of your game to know your scores. So on the following game, I would look for my paper scorecards, but then I lost it. I don't know where it is. I couldn't track it. So I was like, this is crazy. This is like the Stone Ages. We need to find a simple way to just store my scores. And I was like, I have the tech, I have the tech experience to do this. And I was like, it's time to leave my sabbatical.
Can I just ask, before we go into this new app, what is your background? Like, what gives you the credibility and or experience to set up an app? How did you just do something like that?
Yes.
Because back then, it's not like you can, jump into Claude and go, hey, Claude, help me create an app here. You've had to do it from scratch. So.
Yeah, so it was very similar with my previous business. With my previous business, it was like Uber, where you could order service, but what's for service? For beauty treatments, anything. It started with myself only, by the way, me going to people's houses, doing people's makeup.
Yeah.
And
stuff. You could have told me. I could have had your help
this was like 8 years ago. And then I used to always go to people's houses with a smile, and then they start recommending to their friends. And long story short, one of the clients were really close friends with the royal family, and then ended up using my company for Harry's and Meghan's wedding to do the makeup of a few of the guests. And then the company exploded because my posting on social media, there's like, this is our hair, this is our hair. We couldn't say anything, but we just I could post from TV, from looking at the wedding and looking at the customers. And then we had 2 apps, and I had a whole tech team where one app was for the user and one app was for the beauticians that we would train and associate with our brand. And so I had to manage both apps and see what works, what doesn't work, logistics, what works in one country, what works in a different city. So I had this whole 8 years of experience learning what data to track, which services people love the most, how to manage 2 different apps. So when I saw I go for Apple, I can do something similar, which ended up being much easier from the technical background. But yeah, it's just that would be easy peasy compared to what I had to do before.
And did you do something like, tech in university or at school?
No.
That drew you to that? Or you just, got onto YouTube, or just have an idea and you just crack on and find the answers?
No, since 16, I always loved coding. I loved it. But I loved the entrepreneurship more. But I do the front end, and then I have someone to do the bits I don't like. So that's the best way to do it.
The smart way.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you finish up with that company in London. Yeah. You come over here. You're finding yourself, you're hitting some golf, and realize that you can't actually track your progress.
Yeah.
Why do you even care about progress?
You care because if you're training, every athlete tracks their progress. Anything in life, data is so important. You need to track data on everything that you do, right? Even for a podcast, who is listening and what time do they listen and what episodes get more listeners. So you need to know your data, so you learn which topics people love the most. And it's same for golf. You need to know, am I improving? Which the app tells you, this hole on the golf course, it's your problem. This hole you do better. So you need to know this hole is I want to do. It's my best hole on the course. So how can I change my game to apply to the hole I did the worst? So you know which course you're doing better, you know where to play, which game. So it's so good. So many details that help your game. And since I've been tracking my data, I became so much better. And we are seeing our users as well from day one messaging, supporting, and getting better at golf. So it's really, really nice, the importance of data on everything, but in sport, it's so important.
Well, it's rewarding seeing people improve or get some sort of positive outcome from something you've built.
Yes, I love it. And even for myself, even my husband got so much better. And it's so nice to see.
Okay, so what was the time frame between leaving or wrapping up your previous business to moving to Dubai?
A year.
It was a full year.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what else you're doing to really find yourself, other than moving to Dubai.
Yes.
Talk me through that journey. And the reason I want to know is because a lot of our listeners are going through this as well. And I think it's nice to hear how others get through it, or even just sit in the moment with them and go, yeah, I feel you. That's exactly what I'm going through. But now fast forward and you've come out the other side, and that's inspiration for people.
Yes, I think a very important part of anything that you do is knowing who you are as a person. And
so how did you do that?
Yeah, I took a meditation. I was the kind of person when I was busy all the time, right? So I didn't have time to take care of myself. So I started putting myself first, because if I'm not well, it's that empty cup story. If your cup is not full, you cannot give it to others. Mm-hmm. So I took time to take a meditation. I read a lot of books about self-discovery or about business, even just books.
What was a book that really helped you through?
So many. There is a book that I love. It's called Present Over Perfect. Ooh. It talks about you don't need to be perfect all the time. Just be present, be there at the moment. And that was such a big change for me, because sometimes even when you give dinner like to friends, every glass needs to match every no, it doesn't. Be present. And what is being present? Is it like just being yourself, being with people that you be yourself?
And so how are you now? Has it worked, or do you still have
100%.
To... Yeah?
I'm a whole new person. The Keila that speaking to today is so, you wouldn't recognize me. I prioritize my peace, over anything, people, anything that takes my peace away.
What does that look like on a daily basis?
People, employees, if you're working for someone that, I gave up of trying to change people. It's impossible to change someone that doesn't want to change. Like we were talking before, you can work with someone that doesn't want to get better. So I changed that about myself. I will help until a point. And then if I see you don't want to help yourself, you want me to try, like I'm gone. That's my piece. So reading, meditating, finding people that you can be yourself, that you can be present, people that inspire you as well. I'm really particular about who I'm friends with, because I think you become the people you hang out with.
100%.
So if my friends are not inspiring me, we just can't be friends. I became very strong about that. I'm not saying that every friend has to be like entrepreneur or anything, but it's just like in your mindset, the way you view life. If you're a positive person, that really affects me. So I have a group of friends that really make me feel positive. So all these things contribute to the way you're going to move forward and becoming a new person.
Loneliness seems to be a common theme for entrepreneurs, particularly women, and particularly as we start to age.
Yeah.
So what did you've moved to a new country, and you're saying friends, matter to you? Because for me, I agree with you 100%. People matter.
Yeah.
So how do you build a friendship network here?
I had no friends back in London because I was working all the time.
Sure.
It wasn't a priority for me. And I realized I was always lonely. It's not nice. You get to the top of the mountain and then you realize you're alone. So many people, I feel like they get lost chasing the top, but then you get to the top, you have no friends to enjoy with. You don't talk to your family. You miss so many birthdays and weddings and things. So I realized I didn't want to be that lonely person anymore. But also, I think a lot of people are lonely because to have friends, you need to be a friend. You can't expect people to come to you. You need to be a give and take relationship. So a lot of people, it's just like, I message you, but they never message. And I had to educate myself and be like, I need to find friends that also want to have friends, and I want to put an effort to be a better friend as well.
What is a good friend?
Send a message. I put on my calendar an alarm, message your friends, ask how are they. And then my friends, they felt inspired. So if I don't message them, they message me. Sometimes you'll be busy, you won't be able to. So we have this mutual relationship where we will connect with each other and we will teach each other. Look, even my friends like, I never have friends that message me when I'm on holiday, because I'm like, how's the holiday? How are you? A simple how are you can go so further away to people, to feel loved, to have a friend that be like, if you disappear, how many friends are going to message you and ask, where are you? What is happening? Are you okay? So yeah.
Some people might think, like, hear this and think, why is she putting in her calendar to message people? But I kind of think, if it's not in your calendar, you can get caught up in busy in all the life and responsibilities. So I actually love that little tip.
It's a priority for me.
Well, that's right. If it's a priority, you make it happen.
Yes.
Yeah. So how often do you message your friends?
Almost every day, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yes, we have groups, and then we stay in touch. We are all very entrepreneurial, or we are going to different phases as well. So we try to be a support system to each other. And every time I'm with my friends, I feel like my cup is overflowing with energy and good vibes, and that helps you in business and in life and in everything, for sure.
When you think about leaving London and then moving to Dubai, how would you look at it? Would you look at it as if you're running away from something or you're running towards something?
Running towards. I'm something about me. I think I'm the kind of person, I don't let anything hold me back. I always say, move. You're not a tree. You can move. It's okay to move. And I love life. So why not live in a different country every period of your life? You never know what's going to happen. So why not just throw yourself and just do it?
New chapter.
And look, if you don't like, you can go back.
Yeah.
So you're not a tree. You can move.
I'm going to start saying that. You are not a tree. You can move. I really quite like it.
Yes.
Okay. So when you picked up your golf club, was that a deliberate reset? What made you choose golf?
Do you know what? It was something that I always wanted to try.
You don't think it's boring?
Oh, no, it's not boring at all. It's the most, like, every time you play a different game, not boring at all. But the first reason was I love the clothing. I love the outfits.
It's cute. They're cute,
it's so cute, right? I was like, oh, I need to play a sport where I look cute and then I
100%.
can play. But then it's just addictive. It's so addictive. And then I made my husband become addicted to it. So now we're both just playing golf all the time.
Now you can have quality time on the golf course as well.
It's the date night.
So at what point did your hobby become that, wait, just that hot second, I think I can do something with this?
Yes, you love something. And coming back to what I was saying about taking care of myself, learning what I like, knowing what makes me happy. I realized I'm always happy when I play golf. So how can I turn this into a job that I'm working with something that makes me happy? I don't want to go to the office dreading my day anymore, because I know what it is to wake up in the morning and think like, what now? What's going to happen today? So I didn't want that for myself. It's something you need to learn, what you don't want and what you want moving forward. And I was like, you know what? I'm always happy. I saw a few flaws with this, and I know how to fix these problems to make the game even happier and better and help others as well. So it's everything that I loved. I was like, why not? Why not?
You know what? A lot of people don't understand what happy is.
Yeah.
Right. So you found it.
Yeah.
Other than playing golf, how else do you identify with what's the tool that you do? Do you sit down and reflect, or, do things come to you when you're meditating, or do you goal set, or, how do you figure out what makes you happy?
Well, I think every person has a different happy. What makes me happy is not what makes you happy. And you need to try stuff. You need to go on a journey to find what makes you happy. But one thing that I would say, it's my biggest advice for anyone, just live day by day. Yeah. Stop worrying about the future or thinking about the past. You can judge, yourself based on what you didn't know in the past. And I used to do that a lot. I was like, oh, I made this mistake. I would never be happy because I made this mistake. It's just like, it's crazy.
Doesn't matter. It's yesterday.
Yeah. So just live day by day. Of course, not being like crazy, not thinking about the future. I think about the future, but I don't do well in the future. I'm not like, oh, this has to happen for me to be happy. I'm happy today. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And this helped me so much to become a much happier person. So I think it's the first step to start finding happiness.
Yes, but I mean, even, based on the book that you've recommended, you are consciously trying to be present in every moment.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I find very hard sometimes, because I'll be having a conversation and next minute I'm off with the fairies thinking about, who I'm supposed to message or what email I haven't answered yet or whatever. It's very hard.
Yes, I think I was like that as well. And I'm still on a journey, but I'm like, I'm not the president. So it's okay if I don't answer an email right now. I can answer later. Yeah. It's okay to not have my phone for a few hours. It's not like the world's going to collapse if I don't pick up my phone. So I just tell myself, even when I'm tempted, I'm like, I'm not the president. Yep. I'm not the president. I'm not running a country. There's no civilization needing me. So it's okay if I don't answer an email right now and just stay with my friends and put my phone away.
Strong boundaries.
Yeah. So just think about something, that you give you that trigger to stop you from like get in your mind to, oh, I have to work, I need to do this. So it helps me a lot, but it's still a journey because sometimes I'm tempted to go back to work and I'm like, no, I'm not the president.
Really?
Yes.
And what would going back to work look like?
Just answering emails or messaging people or approve some designs. There's always something to do. That's if you want to work 24/7, you work 24/7. So the sooner I realize there's always something to do, if you want to be busy all the time, you can, but you need to prioritize just taking a break.
How have you found the sport of golf? Because for most beginners, it's quite an intimidating sport. It's really old school.
Yeah.
It goes back, it's generally, I feel like a generational kind of pass down,
Yes.
if you're interested in golf. It's expensive.
Yeah.
There's definitely dress codes. There's a bunch of unwritten rules. It's quite cliquey.
Yes.
So how do you feel as an outsider coming in now and getting to where you're at now?
Yes.
With, having your own company that
Yes.
supports golf.
Yes, people are very supportive. Actually,
Okay.
I was very intimidated. You're right. It's a very intimidating sport to go in because it has all this image about being so secluded and people and being cliquey. But you would be surprised how welcoming people are.
It's not just old people.
No, it's just like, and women are
Yes.
taking over golf. It's amazing. And especially here in Dubai, they're doing groups now, which makes much cheaper because all of you can like give an amount and then you have a coach. So it's making more welcoming for women. I think the community, everybody that plays golf loves golf. So when people are seeing that you're actually doing something to help the game, to track, I had people from day one just messaging me. It's like, oh, this is an amazing idea. I'm so supportive. I'm downloading it now. And people they're never met. So it has been really amazing. I think it's the most supportive I have ever felt. It's with the golf community.
Who's your target audience for this particular app?
Women, yeah.
Because generally we build things for ourselves first.
Yes.
And so is that what you've done?
Yes. So not for myself, but I think for amateur golfers in general, because professionals, I have a professional golfer that's a partner. He helps me because I'm a beginner golfer. So I had to bring someone that knows more than me, that has been playing
knows
this.
the walk and the talk. Right?
Yes, he's been playing this for 20 years.
Okay.
He's a PGA professional. He's going on tournaments. So he gives me all the tips. He helped me build the app. So he helped me. I know about the amateur golfers, the beginners, people that are going through the journey, and he knows about the people that play this for a while, the advanced players. So we are able to cater for all the audiences.
Are you allowed to tell us who your partner is?
Yes, Curtis Snipes. He's a professional golfer. He's amazing. He helps me a lot with the app. So he's
New bestie.
Yes, yeah, he's great. I can't wait to see him, winning, the Masters someday because he's gonna do it. He's amazing. He's an amazing golfer.
We'll have to track that one now. I think.
Yes.
Okay, so there are a lot of golf apps already out there. What makes yours different?
I think what I love is just a clean interface, that woman's touch where everything's clean, everything's easy. I feel like a lot of apps, I try to find an app first for myself, but a lot
Hang on. What are you looking for when you're looking for this app? Because you say to me, I'm looking for a golf app. Like I don't even what were you looking for?
Yeah, so I was looking at a simple interface that tells me what I need to do without the fluff.
Okay.
So a lot of apps were showing me a map and then 2.1 distance from this and that. I don't care. I'm a new golfer. I just want to track my score.
So what is that? Yeah.
Yes.
Explain the scoring. What are you
Yes. So you want to know, for example, you had a 92. In golf, for those who don't know, the lower your score, the better for you. So a beginner, you start with 130, 140 because they don't know how to play properly. So then this goes down eventually to 110, then to 100, which we call break 100. Then you break 90, break 80. Professionals, they're breaking 70. Right. They're on the 66 compared to to a beginner who's doing hundreds. Can you imagine? So for me, that's what I wanted to track. I don't care if the speed of my ball is 100 miles per hour. I just want to track my score. So for me, it was really difficult to find something simple to use, simple to see. And I wanted to bring this simplicity back to golf.
You quote Serena Williams
Yes.
on refusing to accept defeat.
Yeah.
When was the specific moment building Golffily?
Yeah.
Where you almost did?
I don't believe in losing. I believe in learning. You never lose, you always learn.
Yeah.
And then if you do something wrong, you can always move on and do something better. So I love what Serena says. She said something, I hate losing much more than I like winning. And
I believe that about her.
yes, I believe that about her, and I really identify with her because I believe in being prepared and studying. I'd done a lot of studying before I even tried to do this app. I was on the golf course every day. I chat to people. I chat to my users, my early users. What do you want? What do you want to see? Because I want to build a global platform, and I'm not here for losing. So yes, it's a mix of preparation and knowing what you're doing and have the right people to build it with you, because you go much further with someone else. So yes, and yeah, I don't believe in losing and defeat. No, I always try and overcome.
Have you ever come up against any resistance since building this app?
No, not really. The resistance for myself sometimes, because sometimes am I good enough? You know, I am a beginner golfer. If I ever get better, will people take this? But it's all those little questions in your mind. Sometimes I'm not perfect. I try to be positive and I work on being positive, but I would be lying if I say that I'm like this all the time. So sometimes I do question myself if I'm good enough, but then I get over it very quickly. I have the support system. Your friends, you know, your partner, to be like, are you crazy? You are, you know, because sometimes when we feel down, it's really important to have that support system to tell you that you can do this.
When you get into that space of, I guess, getting a little bit of imposter syndrome or just questioning your abilities, what's the feeling that you are going through in those moments? And how long does it last? I let myself have those feelings because I feel sometimes we put so much pressure about feeling like a superwoman all the time. I can do everything all the time. It's such a pressure to be perfect. And it's coming back to the book, present over perfect. When I feel that I'm not being good enough, I just let it. I just, you know, is it a pot of ice cream that you want to have the ice cream? What do you want to do to feel better? Is it like eating sweets? Is it, you know, just sitting on the couch feeling sorry for yourself? Do it, leave it and let it go. Do you have something that you turn to go and do that kind of can pull you out? Is it a person or?
Normally is like a treat. I love frozen yogurt.
That's a treat.
So, yeah. So,
I love it.
You know, as we get older, we need to be careful because it's so easy to gain weight. So, you know.
And then you get on the golf course and do your 2.1 kilometers.
Yes. So it's just a treat. It's just like my frozen yogurt with chocolates and sprinkles. Is what like, oh, it's no way I can be sad having this. So
no, you can't.
Yes, and seeing the sunset. I love sunsets. Sunset always makes me feel like, oh, you feel so important to look at the sunset, you know, nothing matters.
Do either of those two memories take you back to childhood? Is there a connection there at all?
Yes, because I'm originally from Rio in Brazil. Yes. So I grew up in Brazil. We go see the sunset and we always clap. Okay. So, and I grew up around nature and I really love just being at the beach and seeing the sunset. For me, such a good connection with nature and creation. So for me, I always feel recharged when I'm at the beach, the ocean, sun. I love it. So for me, here is the perfect place to be. I know. I'm moved by sun for sure.
So you seem like you're quite determined and you are quite resilient. Is there anything from your childhood that has, you know, created you and made you this person you are today?
Not really. I always been really free, but I don't know. I always say, what is entrepreneurship or whatever you do, you know, I think is in nature or nurture. I have people that work 9 to 5 and they love it. That's their career and they're doing amazing in their career. And I'm so proud of them. That's amazing. But for me, I always like to question the status quo. Like I was terrible at school. When I wasn't great either. Terrible. They tried to teach me physics and I'll be like, why? I don't like this. Why do I need to learn this? So I always like to question. I used to get in trouble for selling sandwich in school because the canteen was too expensive. So we'd sell sandwiches and undercut the school. And then I would get notes like, your daughter's doing this again, you know.
And your parents were proud. They're like, yeah, that's
and no, they were not. They were like big believers in just like rules, school. And I love rules. I follow the rules. It's just like, I was a big believer in do something that you love. Question, it's okay to question things, and think that's what made me resilient. So if you say, no, I want to discover why not? Why I cannot try this? Why can I not play golf?
Well, that transfers over into your apps as well, like is understanding the back end, the front end from a user perspective, from an employee perspective and everything as well.
Yes, I think it's okay for you to question things but also you need to have the will to go and discover it. It's just not sitting there questioning why and not going trying to figure it out.
Who do you think has been the biggest influence in your life?
My grandfather, 100%. He was the kind of person that you would say, I want to go to the moon. And he'll be like, yeah, so look, you want to go to the moon? You can do it, but this is what you need to do. You need to do this, you need to do that. He would never not believe in your dream. And he was a person that you could say anything and he would believe in your dream. And he would tell, okay, you want to do this? These are the steps you need to do. So he made me feel like I could do anything.
Fly to the moon.
Yes.
And it's still on the cards.
Yeah. Yes, I see.
Okay, here's what I find interesting about your story, Keila. You've started twice now, two completely different industries, two completely different countries.
Yes.
And in both cases, you've kind of identified a gap that other people were, I guess, sitting on.
Yeah.
But nobody was solving.
Yeah.
My question is this a skill that you think you've developed, or is this just how your brain works?
It's both. I think it's how I love solving problems. Anything that's solving a problem, I love. Like I love doing flat packs. So if
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. So if someone like has furniture for me to build, I love it. Because my brain is like, I love solving problems. You know, like this goes here. My husband hates it. So he's like, okay, you do it. But I think it's how my brain works. But at the same time, not all ideas are a good idea, right? So you can have 1,000 ideas for products, for businesses. But what I feel with a lot of people, it starts very exciting. But then in a year's time, I hate this. There's a lot of demand to do. I don't want to do this anymore. So it's about having those ideas and asking myself, is the market good? Is this an idea that in 6 months' time, I want to go through with it? Can this be profitable? Am I doing a good investment? So it's a lot of questions that you learn from business and then combining this with how my brain works as well. So
you get a new idea. What do you do with it?
Research the data, check the data. Are there enough people that play this sport? What are the price point good enough compared to other apps? So it's all the things that you need to question yourself. It is an idea that I can actually turn into a business or not, because ideas come and go, but not everything is profitable.
I had a mentor once say to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got this new idea. And often people say, Loz, you've always got an idea. I'm like, yes, I do. But a mentor once told me, just write it down and then revisit it in 3 to 6 months. And if it's still something you feel the urge and passionate about, then go do your due diligence.
Amazing.
Because you've still got the desire versus moving right in the now, going, this idea, then going checking it out. But I'm a bit of a squirrel, right? Yeah. So I would look at it and then lose track and then move on to the next one and never ever get anything done.
Yes.
So that's what I did. Like, and when I opened my coffee shop, I had done that. Like I wanted a wine bar. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start with a coffee shop and draw in, and get familiar with the local population to see what they really want before you invest even more money in wine.
Yes.
And I kind of started it that way to see if I had the passion and, but I didn't wait 6 months. I had the idea and I opened 2 months later. Yeah. Completely different.
Amazing. Yes.
No. Okay. So you think you're just wired that way. You have ideas, you do the due diligence and then what about now? Do you still have more ideas or do you feel like you're pretty committed and focused?
I do, but it's all related to golf at the moment. I would love like a nice golf clothing brand, because the clothes sometimes they look like you are retiring in Florida. They're too general. So I would like to see a better like clothing brand with like better silhouettes for women. Most of the clothes are more focused on men as well. Yeah. But I need to park it and then focus on one thing, do one thing well, and then the other things will come.
Sure. Sounds like a great collaboration opportunity maybe too. Yeah. Okay. What does progress look like to you on a day when nothing is working?
Doing nothing. If nothing's working, just do nothing. That's what is working on the day, and that's okay. Not every day needs to be perfect. So if you have a day there's nothing working, do nothing.
What does a day in the life of Keila look like, actually?
Waking up, making sure you sleep well.
What time do you get up?
9, sometimes
What?
9, sometimes 8. Yeah, 8's my early.
8's your early.
Yeah, it's
okay.
because if you don't sleep well, especially if I don't sleep well, I'm Godzilla for the day. It's also really good.
No one needs that.
Yeah, it's very good for your skin. To sleep well is very good for your health. So for me, nowadays, I prioritize myself. If I'm good, if I sleep well, if I take slow in the morning, have my breakfast, do a little bit of reading, I can do my work within 4 hours.
So I've actually ruined your morning because I've got you here a little bit early coming from Dubai.
No, then I went to bed way earlier than I normally do. Yes, yes. Yeah, to wake up earlier, yes.
Oh, that's so cool. Where's the version of Keila that almost didn't do this? Did you have any doubts at any time? And not the daily imposter syndrome kind of doubts, but before you even launched, jumping into this.
Yes.
What were you telling yourself? What were those, those things that you were saying?
I think for every founder, when you build something and when you leave, you ask yourself, do I want to do this again? So I had to ask myself, because it's hard to start from zero, and then you build social media again, and then you build everything, you build a team again. And I had to ask myself, do I want to go on the roller coaster of entrepreneurship again? And then it took a while to feel like, but then life is boring. It's boring for me without. I love the craziness. So I was like, yes, I want to do it again. So I was asking myself a couple of times until I was like, yes, I think I would feel bored if I didn't do it.
And who's your biggest supporter right now?
My husband, my friends, and then the app users, actually. I met amazing people through it. And I think it's I think not only one person, but you need to have different supporters for different versions of yourself. My husband knows me deeply, so he supports me, the real Keila. Then the users will support my professional side, my golfing side. Then my friends will support my goofy side, or the things that I want to talk, like the girl talk. So you need to have the network of different versions of support.
I want to see goofy Keila.
Yes.
Maybe I'll come out on the golf course with you. I'll be the person that's getting 130, whatever the score even means.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So you talk a lot about inclusion and people. So, and also how you're trying to make golf less intimidating for women, but also anybody.
Yeah.
It's a UAE-based app.
So we're in the UAE, UK, we're in London and Surrey at the moment, and going to America in the end of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how do you get into a new market like that? What's the lead up?
Yes, so you just literally, I'm trying to teach golfers and educate golfers into tracking their data and how they can improve. You're already, with our current user base, they're already improving 2 times faster than normal golfers that don't track their data. So I'm just trying to explain that to them, and it's being received way better than I ever expected. So I think my advice would be explain to people why you're doing what you're doing. So it's really important to educate the audience. And coming from my real problem, it's a real problem that I had as well. So
yeah. So, but how do you break into, who are you trying to convince in the US?
Just golfers in general, amateur golfers. Its main market is the amateur golfers, and just teaching them a new thing.
So you don't go to golfing places and say, hey, here's my app for any beginners that you come in?
No, you just
So
lead
why
by
are you
example.
waiting? So my question is, why are you waiting for the US? Why not now?
I'm just learning from my users which versions of the app they want. We're launching a new feature now this week, which is something the users really want. So we're refining the app because the US has such a bigger platform. And I want to make it really important when you launch a product, just test a little bit. I love this phrase that a famous person said. I don't remember the name, but it's if you launch your app when it's perfect, you launch it too late. Oh, yeah. So you need to launch a beta version for a smaller audience, and then you make sure that the smaller audience is happy. Then you listen from this audience, and then you refine your product, and then when they're happy, go to a big audience. And the US is massive, and I don't like to do things when I don't feel prepared. And now I'm starting to feel prepared. I launched in other areas. We're launching in London now. The UK audience is loving it. It's using the app as well. So then I will feel more confident to launch for a bigger audience, which requires, bigger clouds, bigger things, to make sure you still have a functional app that's fast enough. So it's important.
And you only get one chance to launch,
yes,
right?
You only have one chance to make a first impression. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So with regards to, say it for me.
Golffily?
Well, I see. Now people are thinking I'm crazy because I can't even say Golffily.
Yeah.
Golffily.
Yeah, you're saying perfectly. Yes.
And I'll just explain to the audience. The reason I'm struggling is because I wasn't sure if it was Golffily and linked to like horse racing.
Yeah.
And it's stuck in my head.
Yes.
When
you get stuck for work. Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think you're actually solving? If you think about this, because I'm in two minds here and I want to get your take on it. Is Golffily about inclusion and this kind of community to making people feel like, and not be so intimidated and accepted in an industry that has been harder to get into?
Yeah.
Or is it about making the game better for people who are already in it?
Yeah, so it's both. When I say about inclusion, something that for me was really hard when I started. So with golf, when you go to the golf course, they match you with someone you never met before.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, but sometimes a beginner is playing with someone that played for 20 years. And that happened to me.
You walk around the whole golf with
someone that
person.
So they're having like a very quick game. They can finish a hole in 3 shots for a shot max. And then you are doing 10.
16 later.
And you are feeling terrible. It's like matching a Ferrari with a bicycle and say, let's see who do better. And you feel terrible because then you're slowing someone down, and it's such a terrible feeling. When this happened to me, I was like, I'm never doing this ever again. I just went to a group competition, and then my group was like all beginners, and then we were competing against a team that played golf for 20 years. And I was like, of course you're going to lose. Why are we going to even play? And that was because, and then I went to the organizer. I was like, why this happened? She's like, there's no way for me to know the player's experience, the levels before I started. So with my platform, you tell which level you are, how many years you play, and then there is a way that you can put, that you can find a player. Look, I am this level. I want to find someone to play with me. We can organize tournaments. We partner with a very big golf company here in Dubai. That we're going to do tournaments together based on the level of players. So when a beginner comes, they won't feel intimidated anymore, because that's something I experienced and I don't want others to experience. And then this golfer as well as a beginner can see their progress and become a better golfer, but then they can start by not feeling intimidated.
So it's not just about tracking and your progress. It's actually an inclusive community in a sense.
Yes.
It helps you identify the level that you're at so you can find like-minded or like levels.
Yes. And then we can do better tournaments and be more inclusive to others that want to try golf but feel intimidated to come to an event and play with the messy of golf,
So it's a big community, really.
Yes, it's a huge community. Over 40,000 golfers in the UAE.
How many?
40,000.
Men and women?
Yeah. Just here in the UAE.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a big market out there.
Yes. Yes.
I only need 5 of you. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want us to know either about your story or about your new app?
Not really. I think you covered everything so amazingly, and so nice to share my story. And I hope that people just give golf a try and just go for it, whatever they want to do. Don't be intimidated on anything, really.
Well, I'm going to give it a try, but I'm not going alone.
Give it a try. For networking, it's amazing as well.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
it's
point.
It's an amazing way to network.
Maybe you can invite a couple of us.
Yeah, of course.
Not so good players that can giggle together and have fun.
Definitely.
Right? All right, Keila, to end my podcast, I do a rapid fire 10 questions.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
No thinking.
Yeah.
Just don't think. You can switch off right now. Just be present.
Okay.
So Fast and Furious. Okay. This is an easy question for you.
Okay.
What's your handicap? And be honest.
Oh, yeah. 30.
That's good, huh?
No, that's bad. But I did come down from being 40, so it's getting there.
Okay. Well, I'll make you look amazing. Don't worry. Okay. The app you're most embarrassed to admit that you use?
TikTok.
Oh, you do?
It's just silly. Waste of time, but I use it. It's so many funny videos. It's just...
Well, it makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
You get addicted. Best business decision you've ever made?
Listen to your gut.
What's the worst?
Don't listen to your gut.
Golf or your tech company? Which one was harder?
Golf.
Yeah?
Yes, it's very hard.
And that's probably why you love it, right? Because you love solving problems.
I love the challenge, yes.
Okay, a belief you had 5 years ago that you've completely abandoned.
You need to be productive every day.
Ooh, I'm going to listen to that one.
Yeah.
The person you call when everything is falling apart.
My husband.
Ooh.
100%.
Best piece of advice you've ever been given and who gave it to you?
Oh, wow. You said no thinking. There's so many good advice. Oh, yes, but it wasn't a person. It was someone that I listened.
Yep.
She said, don't let what you have become who you are. Basically, own the nice cars and nice things, but don't let the nice things own you.
Solid. One thing about Dubai that still surprises you.
There's always something to do.
Oh my God, it's crazy busy,
Yeah,
isn't
always.
it? I love it. And what's the one thing you wish someone had told you before your first exit?
It's okay to move on.
Oh, I love all that. Well, Keila, thank you so much for joining us today. I love that you've built this new app and that you just give everything a go. I love the sound advice your grandfather gave you about reach for the stars. He said, reach for the moon. You could do it. Just come up with a bit of a plan. And for anyone else, you just take one step forward, and that is you starting to live out your dream. And I quite like that. Thank you for joining us today. And if anyone wants to find you, we'll put all that information in the show notes, but you're probably on the apps anyway.
Yes.
So we'll see you around in the next episode.
Thank you so much.
You're looking at my camera.
I was like,
thanks for having me.
I forgot that one.